Alright guys, so a while back I made a story about Gohan and Goku in the Cell Saga. In this story, Goku shockingly realizes that Gohan doesn't have the power to take down Cell. Gohan for some reason cannot tap into his true power, his hidden power. Something is wrong, and with that Goku becomes hopeless and worried. But then something snaps inside of Goku. Something truly terrifying arises out of Goku, which shocks everyone, and Goku does the unthinkable. And so guys, before I begin part 3, I'll play part 1 and part 2 for those that haven't seen it yet, and then guys, part 3 will begin immediately. Anyways guys, with that, here we go. This is part 3 of the story of where Goku becomes something else, and he does the unthinkable. In the original timeline, Goku and Gohan went in the hyperbolic time chamber, and that was when Goku was able to feel and he saw the power that Gohan had deep within him. And that's when Goku realized that if anyone was going to be Cell, then it had to be Gohan. But guys, in this alternate story's timeline, things are different. Everything takes a much darker turn. There is no signs of Gohan's hidden power. Goku cannot feel or see any massive power from Gohan. It's just not there, and deep down he knows that Cell's power is just too much for him to handle. He's not enough to be Cell. And with that guys, Goku slowly starts to become hopeless. Every day that passes by, Goku is in pain. He's angry and he's frustrated because he knows that no matter how much training he does, it's not enough to be Cell. He just cannot reach the level that Cell is at right now. And Gohan sees that every time that Goku is angry and frustrated, he tries to push himself to the absolute limit, his mind and his body. And in training, when Goku forcefully pushes himself to the absolute limit, he becomes very rough with Gohan in training and in fighting. And Gohan gets shocked every time. But then when Goku powers down, he becomes different. He becomes more caring towards Gohan. And Gohan says to himself that maybe Dad is just trying to push me into becoming stronger. And now as Goku is powered down in his base form, he looks at Gohan and he says, "What happened, Gohan?" Because he's seeing blood and damage all over Gohan's body. And then Gohan, without thinking anything, he just smiles and he says, "It's fine, Dad. I'll heal quick. That Sensubin will fix me right up. It's no worries, Dad. I'll be fine." And then Goku says, "Be careful training by yourself, Gohan. Don't want to push yourself too much. We still have time. Take it slow." And then Gohan says, "Wait, what? Train by myself? But Dad, But then Goku just smiles and walks away and he says, "That's enough training for today, Gohan. Well, I'm starving. Let's grab a bite to eat." And then guys, some time passes by. And right now they're in the final days of being in the hyperbolic time chamber. And now on the very final day, as Gohan is sleeping, he thought that Goku was sleeping next to him as well. But then when Gohan turns around, he sees that Goku is not there, but he's outside training and he's powering up. But this time Gohan notices that something is different. As Goku's in the air, he has his back turned at Gohan and he's still powered up. But then he slowly starts coming down. And now as his feet has touched the ground, he slowly turns around. And then he looks directly at Gohan. But then for some reason Goku just tilts his head to the right and then to the left. But then all of a sudden Goku just powers down. It was like massive amounts of energy forcefully leaving his body. And then he falls on the ground. And then Gohan, with a shock on his face, he says, This power. Wow, Dad, you're amazing." And right as he says that, he sees that Goku as he's on the ground, face down. He's in immense amounts of pain and also he's having a hard time breathing. So Gohan quickly runs in and grabs the bag of Sensubin and gives it to Goku. But even after eating one, it takes him some time to become normal again, to become calm again. And after Goku is calm, he says, What happened, Gohan?" And Gohan says, "Dad, your energy was massive. I never felt anything like it before. We're for sure going to be Cell now." Then Goku says, No, Gohan. This power, I couldn't control it. I was having a hard time powering down. And I don't think this will be enough to be Cell. He still has us beat. And then guys, Goku and Gohan finally get out of the hyperbolic time chamber. And when they're out, everybody sees a concerned look on Goku's face. And then Piccolo asks Goku, "So you think you could beat him?" But Goku just stays silent. He doesn't say anything. And then Trunks says, "Yeah, Goku, can you? Do we have a shot?" And then Goku looks down and he says, "I don't know, everyone. Only time will tell." Then Vegeta suddenly says, "Looks like you already accepted defeat, Kakarot." "Well, that's fine by me, cause I'll be the one to be Cell. I'll become stronger than you, Kakarot. Just stay out of my way. And then Goku says, Vegeta, I know deep down that you don't believe that. You're not going to be Cell, and you know it. Then Goku says, Piccolo, Krillin, Tien, can you guys please come with me and Gohan to train? It'll be a lot of help. And then they all say, yeah Goku, of course. And then guys, after leaving Kami's lookout, they all began training. And after the training goes on for a while, as everyone is tired, Goku suddenly powers up. But then out of nowhere, he just disappears. And Krillin says, he's gone. Then Piccolo says, yeah, Goku must have used his instant transmission technique. But where did he go? Cause I can't feel his energy anywhere. And then Piccolo looks to his left, and he says, what? Why is he there? And then guys, Piccolo, Gohan, Krillin, and Tien, they all fly to where Goku is, and when they arrive, they see that Goku is in the mountains and is standing by a waterfall. As Goku is looking down below, Krillin says, I know this place. Goku used to live here with Grandpa Gohan. Then Piccolo says, wasn't this the place where Goku had that accident? Where he fell and hit his head? After his Grandpa Gohan found him? Then Krillin says, yeah Piccolo, that's right. That is what Master Roshi told us. Then Goku suddenly turns around and says, hey, what are you guys doing here? Aren't you guys supposed to be training? And then Piccolo says, yeah Goku, but what are you doing here? Why did you come here all of a sudden without telling us? After that, Goku says, you guys, I'm sorry. Look, the future is uncertain. We don't know what's going to really happen tomorrow, or if we'll even have it tomorrow. And while training, my heart was just telling me to come to this place. Because my journey started from here. Everything that I've been through, everything that we've been through, it all began from here. So I just wanted to see this place once again, maybe my last time. Then Gohan says, no dad, don't say that. We're going to be Cell, and I know it. I know we can. And then guys, after some days passes by, the day is here. The Cell Games is about to begin. And before going there, Goku walks up to Chi-Chi and just stares at her. Then after a few seconds, without saying a single word, he just hugs her. And Chi-Chi says, Goku. And then Goku says, Chi-Chi, maybe I'll be late to dinner tonight. You could go and eat without me, it's fine. No matter what, we'll always be a family until the very end and beyond. And I'm sorry for always being selfish, getting to do what I want when I wanted. I'm sorry, Chi-Chi. And then Goku and Gohan go and meet everybody at the Cell Games, and the fight officially begins. Goku is the first one to step in the ring with Cell. So as the fight begins, it seems that Goku and Cell are equal to each other in speed and power. But after a while, after the fight goes on for a while, Goku is slowing down. His power is going down rapidly, and Cell is noticing Goku's rapid decline in power and in speed, and everyone else can feel his energy drop as well. And as Goku's attacks and energy blasts are not working out anymore, Goku's having a hard time touching Cell, and he's getting angry and frustrated, and he knows that time is running out, that he doesn't have much power left within him. And so guys, with that, all of a sudden, everyone is feeling that Goku is gathering his energy, focusing his energy into one place, but they can't see what is going on because he's doing it from within. And all of a sudden, as Goku and Cell are on the ground in the ring, he all of a sudden just flies up into the air. And when he's there, he powers up to the absolute limit. And now some kind of strange black and purple lightning is releasing out of Goku. And when Gohan sees this, he is in shock. And he says, what? This is... And then Piccolo notices a shock on Gohan's face. And he says, Gohan, you know what this is? And Gohan says, this is the same lightning that Dad unleashed when we were in the hyperbolic time chamber. And he told me that he can't control it, that this power is something that he cannot power down so easily out of. Dad is not himself right now. And then everyone can see that Goku is doing something with his hands. Then Krillin says, guys, that's Goku's Kamehameha, but he can't do it from there. And then Piccolo says, yeah, if he launches that attack from up there, he will destroy the entire planet. And then Tien says, don't worry guys, Goku is just bluffing, he won't do it. And then Cell laughs and he says, Goku, I'm not a fool and you know that. You're not going to scare me with that technique, Goku. I know you're not going to do it, because you know what will happen if you do. You'll destroy your precious planet. But then Goku keeps on charging his Kamehameha, and now everyone gets concerned and terrified. And Gohan says, Dad, what are you doing? Then Vegeta says, "No, don't do this, Kakarot. Stop." And the guys with that, Goku launches his Kamehameha directly at Cell and in the entire planet Earth. And seconds before the energy blast is about to hit Earth, everyone can see that Goku using his instant transmission, and he gets out of there. And with that, everyone is in disbelief and they're in absolute shock. They all cannot believe what Goku just did and that he left them. And with that, the energy blast from Goku is a direct hit, and now the entire planet explodes. Goku has taken the life of everyone, and he destroyed planet Earth. And guys, now part 2 begins. So after Earth has been destroyed, Goku then appears in a very familiar place, and that is the hyperbolic time chamber. And with Goku is Cell. Seconds before the Earth was destroyed, Goku instant transmission inside of the hyperbolic time chamber with Cell. And now as Cell is confused and shocked, he says, What did you do? Why did you do this?" And then Goku with a smile walks up to Cell and punches Cell directly in the stomach. With blood coming out of his mouth, he says, "This is impossible." Then Goku grabs onto the hand of Cell and he says, "It's just you and I now, Cell. No escape. I could do whatever I want to you." And right after that, with a sadistic smile on his face, Goku rips away Cell's hand. And after that, Cell is in extreme amounts of pain. And then, after a while, Goku says, "Come on, Cell, regenerate." And with that, Cell regenerates his hand. As Cell is still out of breath, he says, "You brainless fool. We're stuck here with no way out. We don't have an exit. You destroyed Earth with everyone on it. What are you getting out of this?" And then Goku with a terrifying smile on his face, he says, "We are not stuck here, Cell. You are stuck here. I will get out. That is after I finish you off." And then after Goku said that, Cell is stunned and is horrified out of his mind. After that, Goku slowly starts walking towards Cell with black and purple lightning releasing out of him. And there is nothing but fear on the face of Cell. He's shaking. And then Cell blasts Goku with a massive Kamehameha, and it's a direct hit. But Cell realizes that there is no damage on Goku. As Goku is still walking towards Cell, and Cell, with shock on his face, he's stepping back, and he says, Stay away from me, you monster, what are you?" And now as Goku is face to face with Cell, he looks at Cell directly in the eyes and says, "This is the end, Cell. I can't forgive you for destroying Earth. All those innocent lives gone in the blink of an eye. You did this." As Cell is confused, he says, "I did this? No, it was you. You destroyed Earth." And right before Cell could finish talking, in pain he looks down, and he sees that Goku has his hand right through his chest. And after that, Goku rips Cell in half, and then he blasts him until there is no trace of Cell. And right now we could see a planet, and that is Planet Namek. After that, we could see Gohan, Piccolo, Vegeta, Krillin, Trunks, Android 16, and everyone else that was at the Cell games. They're all on Planet Namek, and now everyone is shocked and confused. And now Krillin says, "What's going on here?" Then Gohan says, "Yeah, how did we all get here, and where is Dad?" And right after Gohan says that, the entire Planet Namek starts shaking, and there is black and purple lightning in the skies of Planet Namek. Then everyone can feel some kind of strange heat. But then, in the blink of an eye, everything just stops. It's silent. And after a few seconds, Goku appears on Planet Namek with his instant transmission. Alright guys, now part 3 begins. Now as Goku is on Planet Namek, everyone is shocked and confused. They could also see that Goku has something in his hands, and it's a piece of Cell's body that he took right before fully destroying the rest of Cell's body. And right now he throws the piece to the side. Now Vegeta says, "Kakarot, what did you do? Explain yourself." Goku then says, "It's over, everyone. I finished Cell. I protected all of us." Krillin now says, "Goku, how are we here?" And now Goku says, "I sent all of you here before Earth was destroyed, with a wish from the Namekian Dragon Balls." Then Trunks says, "Goku, when did you do this?" Goku says, "Before the Cell games began, as we were training, I came to Planet Namek, and with the Dragon Balls, I wish for all of you to be sent to Planet Namek in case Cell destroyed Earth. And that's what he did. I saved all of you. And now Piccolo says, oh, now I understand. That's why at first I couldn't sense your energy on Earth, because you were here on planet Namek. Then Vegeta says, Kakarot, what do you mean in case Cell destroyed Earth? It was you. You did it. Then Goku says, no, it wasn't me. It was Cell. It wasn't me. Then Piccolo in shock says, Goku, where's everyone else? It's only us here. Then Tien says, yeah Goku, where's everyone else from Earth? I can't sense anyone's life energy on planet Namek, and with that everyone is in complete shock. Then Gohan with sadness says, no, Mom. Then he steps up to Goku and says, Dad, what did you do? Why did you do this? All those lives are gone. You didn't have to do this. Goku then says, it wasn't me, Gohan. It was Cell. He destroyed Earth. Vegeta in anger says, Kakarot, why do you keep saying this? We all saw you do it. You were the one who destroyed Earth. Then Goku doesn't say anything. Then Piccolo makes another terrible discovery, and everyone could see the horror on his face. Then Tien says, what's wrong, Piccolo? I can't sense any Namekian life force on this planet. There is no one alive. No one. Then Vegeta with shock and fear on his face, he makes direct eye contact with Piccolo. As Gohan is in front of Goku, Piccolo yells out, Gohan, step back. Get away from him. Gohan then says, Dad, what's wrong? What's happening to you? Now out of nowhere, as Android 16 is looking at Goku, he says, he isn't right. There is something wrong. My scanner is sensing something awful. It's a strange reading. And right as Android 16 says that, once again the strange black and purple lining appears around Goku. The same type of lining that appeared around him in the hyperbolic time chamber and before Goku destroyed Earth. Then Piccolo hears a voice within his head, and that is Kami. And Kami says, Piccolo, I know you can feel it too. You're not wrong. Goku is not alone. There is something else here. There are multiple beings within Goku, but all those beings have the same life energy signal as Goku. And now Piccolo says, but how is this possible? How and why is Goku doing this? Then Kami says, no, Goku is not doing this. This is not our Goku. It's just his body that someone else is using. And all this time Piccolo was sharing what Kami was saying with everyone, and with that everyone is in a complete shock. And then Vegeta says, what do you mean someone else is using Kakarot's body? How is this possible? And Piccolo says, this is another Goku, another version of Goku from a different timeline. This is the Goku who died from the heart virus in Trunks' timeline. And right as Piccolo says that, everyone can feel a sudden rise of heat, and the entire planet Namek is shaking. It's as if it's gonna break apart. And then Goku quickly disappears and everyone is in shock, because they could see right now Goku is right behind Vegeta. And then Goku looks directly at Trunks and he says, tell them the truth, Trunks. Tell them what really happened. I could have been saved. And Trunks says, Goku, what are you saying? What are you talking about? And then Goku says, Trunks, you did this for Vegeta, your father, right? I was a disposable hero. And then everyone can see an evil, sadistic smile on the face of Goku. As Goku is behind Vegeta, he quickly puts his hand right through the back of Vegeta. Anyways, you guys, that is about it. That's all I have for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think about this. Comment section down below. And guys, this is not the end of the story. I have a part 4 for you guys. So if you guys want to see that, give this video a huge thumbs up. That's how I'll know if you guys want it or not. And if you guys are brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for more videos like this. Anyways, you guys, once again, thank you all so much for watching, and have a blessed day, my friends.